Oh, I can't hear myself. Oh, there we go. Now I can hear myself. I always forget to do that, don't I? Does someone say Pathfinder? I like Pathfinder. I haven't played it yet, but I'm going to be playing it soon. Next week or two. How's everyone doing? James, the Apoke, how's it going? You're not the Apoke anymore. You're Apoke Animation. That's weird. This doesn't roll off the tongue that well. Bingus Kid, one of the patrons, welcome. One of the journeyman patrons. Playing this way too convoluted Dragon Ball TTRPG system. Is it official like Dragon Ball RPG thing? Or is it like a custom-made something or other? I have a friend who, he's actually going to be playing in the Pathfinder campaign that I'm running. He threw together his own, like, custom Naruto system. It's interesting. I haven't played it, but the way it works is kind of neat. It's community made. Oh, neat. You know what we need? I'm going to do this before I get anything else going. I'm going to get some music, because I always forget to do that, and I end up talking for like a half hour before there's any music playing. I could just do, you know what? We're going to go classic. It's going to be Portal 2. Classic Portal 2 soundtrack. Whoa, not this one. Just some Portal 2 background music. Oh yeah, it's James had his birthday this weekend. Was it this weekend? I'm so bad with birthdays. Happy late birthday, I suppose. Unless it's today, I don't know. Didn't I already make a video on this topic about the oh, happy birthday tomorrow. Okay, I'm putting June 2nd as the Apoke's birthday in my freaking calendar, in my mental calendar, because I'm going to not write it down right now and then forget by next year. I have a whole year to forget your birthday again. I forget everyone's birthdays. Like, I feel bad, but I feel equally bad for everybody. On the topic of, I already made a video on the pilot, but I always do I try to do a stream about the same episode each weekend, because there's always, like, follow-up questions that people have. And, yeah, I like having discussion streams. That's so real, I barely remember my own birthday. Yeah. Oh, yeah, Balloon Stomp. You mentioned that. We were in a call, and you fucking talked about that for a little bit. I haven't played that in ages. I was a little lad when I played that the last time. Where you tie balloons around your ankles and your goal is to, like, stomp other people's balloons without getting yours stomped. And whoever, it's like a battle royale, like last person standing. I gotta pull the episode up. I just realized I don't actually have the episode open. I love Portal 2. I haven't played it in a few years. I haven't, like, front to back played that game in a long time. It's one of those games that if I don't play it every so often, I get, like, upset. Like, I just want to go play it. Okay. Now we got the video open. I want to show you something immediately that I noticed and I didn't... Oh, this is the wrong one. There we go. Something I noticed that I didn't catch before the episode got uploaded. First of all, Garnet's doing the fucking weird hand thing. Like, you know, the pose the hand pose they always do in drawings. There's this weird, like, stuttery, like, when she lifts her hand up. And, yeah, she lifts her hand up. She has, like, a skinny arm, and then it, like, snaps. Yeah, her, like, wrist, like, snaps into place. It's very strange. And I didn't catch that initially when I was, I didn't catch that for the videos. It was weird. This is a little loud. This music, at least on my end, it's a little loud. Someone who's afraid of balloons popping. That sounds like torture. I don't get the... I've dealt with... I suppose I don't know. Is that like a phobia? Because that's like an irrational fear, right? It would just be a phobia. Is there a word for balloon popping phobia? Globophobia is just fear of balloons in general, but I think the fear stems from it popping. I like balloons. You know what does make me anxious now? I had my friend Ashton, who's been on the stream a few times. He brought his bike over and we were fixing it up because it's like this 20-year-old bike. The tires were rotted out, so we got him new tires, new tubes, and we were blowing up the tubes. I never done this before, so I am like totally, I barely know what I'm doing. We started blowing up his tires, and the tube, like, it wasn't inside the tire all the way. And it, like, when it's not inside the tire, it, like, starts to stretch when you start pumping it up. And it stretched too much, and it popped. It was so fucking loud. It was like, imagine a balloon, but, like, 10 balloons at once. That was how loud it was. And I was inside my garage where it, like, reverberated. It was scary. It was like a firecracker going off. That's how loud it was. Oh, we got... Well, here we are again. I'm gonna skip the one with lyrics, though, because, yeah, okay. I don't want to have lyrics while I'm trying to talk, otherwise I just can't speak properly. What are we talking about? I was talking about balloons and tires popping. I don't mind balloons at all. I think they're just fun. I used to have, like, one time I just bought a fuckload of balloons, like 20 of them, and just had them in my pocket, and I'd blow them up and, like, just give them to people. Or pop them, I don't know. How many times does Greg grill? In the actual show, like 0. Maybe once. But in the intro, you'd have to count how many episodes there are divided by 2, since the episodes only play... the intros only play every other episode that many times, I forget. He grills in the intro, yeah. I gotta find a good... Someone pointed out these are the chips that Steven eats. So I'm like bouncing already. The chips that Steven eats are just Utz, like the little girl on the Utz chips, if you're American and you know anything about that. It's apparently really popular on the East Coast. I've had them before. Utz pretzels, Utz like cheese balls, they're really good. But yeah. The gem rims. There's a lot of people who pointed the gem rims, but that's not explained in the episode, so I didn't mention it. The idea but with the gems, like the rims on the gems, is that they have like this metal ring. Like pearls, it denotes their like rank. Like pearls is like this bronze, amethyst is silver, and then if you get a good shot of garnets, well, first of all, Stevens is gold because, you know, diamond. If you get a good look at garnets, I don't know, can you see it in this shot? I don't know. No, it's too dark. I don't know how to... Yeah, where's Garnet? Where's like a good shot of Garnet? Maybe just the intro where she shows her sapphire hand. Yeah, Garnet's sapphire hand is gold. So it's like a high-ranking... Yeah. But again, they don't explain it in the episode, so I don't mention it because I'm not talking about things that are not in the show. The time thing looks like an eyeball? What do you mean it has veins? Wait, who said that? It doesn't look like an eyeball. Let's see when it's not glowing. It doesn't have veins. It's got like this turquoise pattern on top. That's not like blood. Gold or bronze? It's gold. The sapphire hand is gold, but the ruby hand was bronze. It kind of looks like an eyeball. Let's find where Steven he pulls it out. Yeah. Where it's like really like up close. There we go. That's like a thing. Yeah, it's like a pattern drawn on. But this is like a thing to tie it to a string, right? In another shot, you saw veins. I have no idea what shot that would be. That would be fucking neat if it was like, what do you call it? If it was like a kind of biological, creepy, like John Carpenter device or something. Amy's design in the pilot. Wait, Amy? She didn't change all that much. She has like different hair. She has a fanny pack. And that's pretty much all that changed. She has like a baggier shirt. Oh, she has like long sleeves. I didn't think about that. She has like this long sleeve sweatshirt where in the final show she has a short sleeve shirt that's not as baggy. In their intro shot. Why does she say it so seductively when she is like she does this? I can do it. I've watched the pilot enough times that I can do a perfect impression. She goes, "Amethyst." Why? That's so creepy, and especially she's like pulling her shirt down. Lesbian awakening. It's weird. It's for a kids show. That's strange to me. That's just how she is. I understand that, but again, this is a kids show. She's not like this. She's not this like seductive in the main show. So I had to like swallow my to think about that real hard. Also, I forgot to mention I have some alcohol. I have an alcoholic drink today. I have some Huckleberry Mead that was from my parents took a trip to Montana last summer, and I just opened up the bottle yesterday, and if I have it in my fridge, I can only lay it down in my fridge, and if I did, it would leak everywhere, so I just have to end up drinking it the next day or two. You thought I didn't drink? I just don't drink often. Like, I don't go out of my way to buy alcohol. Maybe like occasionally I will get like if I'm feeling like, oh, I'm gonna just enjoy this weekend and just sit down and play games or whatever, I'll buy like a hard Mountain Dew because they have those around here. But like last time I bought alcohol was at least like 3 months ago. This was a gift from my parents, and it's been in my fridge for like a few months. This is juice. Well, it's not really. It's honey. It's mead is honey and sometimes fruit, and it's fermented. This is a 21 plus stream. If you're not 21 plus, you can't be listening to me drinking. That is not how you drink mead. Is the glow stick ring still in my freezer? It is. The very first stream that I did after starting Gemology, someone asked me, "Can you get the glow stick out?" And I did, and it was fucking dead. Like, I let it warm up, and it just was not glowing. I could do it. I could do another one. It's actually not dark in my room, so I'd have to wait till night. His art style looks like something you'll see in a teen or young adult show. I don't know what a teen or young adult show looks like, though, because there's like at least in American media, there's like a gap. There's like a big gap between like shows targeted to like maximum 12-year-olds and shows targeted toward like 18-year-olds. I don't get it. Also, fat kid Steven. He's like extra fat kid in this version. Extra muffin toppy. Look at him. Look at he like wiggle. I don't know. I can make him dance. Yeah. And it like, yeah, they leaned really hard into the fat kid thing because they first shot is him eating chips. Mentioned in one of the comments of the pilot that the poses the gems do when they warp is the same one they do in Beach Party. I missed that. I saw that comment and I missed it in the video, and I missed it in Beach Party, so now I'll never get to talk about it. This is the time I'll talk about it, and we'll credit Aussie Cook Stuff for pointing that out because I missed it entirely. I knew the fanny pack in Beach Party was a reference to Amethyst design in the pilot, but I also didn't mention that one. Yeah, he's like sunburnt in the pilot. You said he's pink. He's like pretty sunburnt. You know what? Maybe I'll take that clip of me saying that and I'll turn it into like a YouTube short. I can like say, hey, this is the pose they did in Beach Party. I'll have a lot of time. I work at a school. I've said that before. People probably know that by now. The last day of school is on Tuesday. So, starting this summer, I'm not working at all. I did have a part-time job over the summer last year, but I got lucky making Gemology, and I'll just be doing that over the summer. I have enough. I'm able to get by without having to get a part-time job, which is nice. It's interesting to imagine that, like, at this stage, it's possible that, I don't know if it's the case, because I haven't read the art book. But, like, it would have been either way more obvious that rose quartz was a diamond, or, like, rose quartz wasn't a thing, and, like, pink diamond was always a thing. I don't know. It's impossible to know what the story was going to be like in the pilot, which is kind of disappointing. Everything's a free to read on the Internet Archive, except for all those publishers that sued. I'd rather, for an art book, I'd definitely rather have a physical copy of it. Wasn't one of the Pearl outfits that show up when she's reforming a reference to her old designs? Yeah, I mentioned that in Steven the Sword Fighter. She goes through not only her pilot design, but like a poster, like pre-pilot design where she's in like this white dress. Also, people do ask, I did get a couple comments, where did I get this version, like this high def version of the pilot? Someone on Reddit, this was a, what do you call it? The video was from Latin America version of this, of the pilot, which was aired in HD, but the audio was from the English version, so, or the American English version. So they just put the English audio over top the HD Spanish audio, or the Spanish version of the thing. But you can also, speaking of Internet Archive, you can also just find like all of Steven Universe on the Internet Archive. But don't tell anybody I told you that. You didn't hear it from me. But like everything's on the Internet Archive, so if you just do some digging, it's not hard to find. Am I going to do out-of-show Steven Universe media? That's a tough one. I want to do the intro, like the full intro, like all the shorts that they did at one point. There's like a couple points where they did like shorts that were tie-ins to the main show. Those for sure. I'm not sure what else I'm gonna do like actual like full gemology videos on. Eventually I probably will, just because eventually the show will end and I'll have gotten to the end of the show and the movie in future and I'll still want to do stuff. So I'd say yes, but it's tentative. I don't know if I'll get to it. Or when I would get to it at all. I don't like her tall face. It's weird. Oh yeah, I remember. I never watched that one with the short, the smaller, the guy with the house. Does it have any of the Ed, Ed, and Eddie Yowie that she drew? I'm gonna do an iceberg video. I think I mentioned that at one point. Eventually, I'll do an iceberg video and I'll mention the Ed, Ed, and Eddie fan art that she made. How the mighty have fallen. I should watch the Toon Snooper gem placement videos. I won't. I started watching those and realized that it was AI, and then I stopped. It's like clearly written. The voice is AI, but it's also like very evidently written by the what Yowie? Yeah, you heard me. Ed, Ed, and Eddie. The short is called Singles. So I'm like catching up on the chat. I think it's written by a person, but the voice is AI. I disagree. I have no evidence that it's written by AI, but it just doesn't sound right. I also just don't like listening to an AI voice. I'd rather just listen to a person. Even if they have to hire like a shitty voice actor, I'd rather listen to a real person doing a shitty voice than an AI voice. I figured the art book doesn't have her fucking Ed, Ed, and Eddie stuff. Have I seen the horror AU? I'll say this now. I'll go on record saying that I have not consumed like any Steven Universe fan works. No fan fictions, no fucking comics. None of the official comics either, for that matter. No, like, fan animations. I don't know anything about stuff other than the show itself. That's how I live, not gonna lie. Yeah, it's, I can't say the same for My Little Pony. I'll say that much. Back when I was a teenager and ended up watching that show, I watched a bunch of videos on that show, but when I watched Steven Universe, I got to the point where it's like I just enjoy the show itself enough that I don't want to, like, taint it with random, like, other people's takes on it or other people's, like, fan fictions. They mentioned 3 goddesses. I imagine they were the diamonds, and that was their old names. That does explain Moon Goddess, then, because the Moon Goddess in a Cheeseburger Backpack would definitely be one of the diamonds. Probably Blue Diamond, perhaps? Alex, how's it going? What have I missed? I don't know. We're talking about art books and, like, old Steven Universe stuff. I could pull up Internet Archive right now and see. Hold on. Internet or archive.org. Let's see. What is the first art book called? Because I haven't spent a ton of time looking at the art book. I had a friend, he moved away, but he had a copy of it, and I skimmed through it a little bit. Art and Origins. I hope this one is on Internet Archive. Steven Universe Art and Origins. Here we go. We're going into art book. This is scanned in. Can I zoom in? Let's see. We're doing copyright violations on the stream. Hell yeah. Maybe. I don't want to spend too much time doing this because it could get me in trouble, but I don't know. What do we want to look at? The goddesses. Can I search? Control F. Wait, never mind. Wait, is that... Hold on. How do I zoom? No. Can I just... Oh, here we go. Is that him with the fucking... the zoo design? Is that his zoo outfit? Also, what is this thing? I already show the TV show clips? Yeah. I suppose this would count as fair use if I say I'm doing it with commentary. Ew, what is that? Garnet! Ugh. It's so weird. She has like a Marge Simpson hair. Damn, I want to get a copy of this book. I don't even know how much it costs. I'm not gonna like I'm not gonna stop at every page and look at everything. But I want to see the rose quartz. Is this her? Yeah, okay. Weird. It's I don't know if I'm a fan of that. Yeah, this was the other pearl design that that was part of her reforming in Stephen the Sword Fighter. The goddess stuff is early in. Was it like before? Hold on, let me search in the thing. Goddess. Page 134. Oops. There are 2 roses. Wait, there are... The perfect goddess rose that other people paint a picture of, and the actual Rose who was flawed as everyone. That's what, that's why people hate Pink Diamond and for being flawed, because, you know, characters have flaws. I do have a lot of books to finish before I, end up buying this one. Maybe I'll irresponsibly spend the Patreon money on Steven Universe, The Art and Origins. It's interesting, I'm going to mention it when we get to Lion 3 straight to video, that Rose Quartz like entirely had backwards character development. Oh, this is cool. I fucking need this book, man. This is a business expense if I I can actually, yeah, I could write this off on my taxes. It's a business expense cuz it's I don't know, fucking I love this episode. We need to talk. It's so good. Ah, shit. Dude, God damn it. I don't know how this interface works, so it's weird. Just print it out? No. I need a hard physical official copy of it. It was before the Origins page? Okay, sorry. I'm like reading this and like barely reading chat at the same time. Okay. Before Origins. Wait, right here. Brother plus 3 goddess sisters. Those were the gems. They, like, Pearl, Garnet, Amethyst, and Pearl were supposed to be, what do you call it? Also, Gendy Tartakovsky helped write this. Or he helped with something. I can't remember specifically. Oh, weird. This is neat. This is a neat thing. It should be Steven who's made fun of for living with the gems. They don't have to be poor or a government organization. Interesting. Do you guys remember when we thought Monster Steven was the Diamond's creators? I always thought it was some kind of like third-party alien that just wasn't a gem-related thing at all. Also, I will say, I'm gonna go back to Blender real quick. When the gems are fighting in this scene, it's like, I said it in the episode, in the full video, I really didn't like how they got beat to shit immediately. Like, Pearl gets her thing out and then just gets fucking, like, attacked and doesn't get a single hit in. Amethyst gets her whip around it and then just gets fucked on. Garnet holds her own until Steven fucking time travels and then leaves her in an alternate timeline that she dies in. So, that Garnet is dead. Serious Stephen Page has the uncorrupted form of Albite that also gets an end of an era. Let's see. Serious Stephen. You know what? I'm searching it. Serious. Serious Stephen. What is... Oh. Wait. Is that sour cream? They're so weird. I don't like old onion version. I like that he kept his like weird orange pants though. These are like Clarence characters. I haven't watched Clarence. Beta Onion. Yeah, this is like beta Mario 64 shit. Who is this guy? Who is this guy supposed to be? Again, I'm not reading these things, but... Let's see. Serious Steven. Oh. She's wearing pants. Let me search Serious Steven instead. 47, page 47. Oh, this got worse. God damn it. I don't like being in full screen. 47. Oh, I can't actually. I'm glad someone has the book and like knows these things so I can be scrolling through it. Green light and development. 47. Oh, wait. Oh. Yeah. That's the diamond that's the gem that that was in the mural in the episode, and everyone, not everyone, but I got comments saying that it's like, oh, that's not the gem in the temple. That's not the gem they retrieve. But it is. I don't know what everyone's smoking that they don't think that. I don't know. Also, this could be... You know how it was in a statue, like a pedestal that had like a face on it? I think this could be just an alternate version. I don't think this is actually the gem herself. I think it's like an alternate version of that statue that the gem was embedded in. I don't know. It has a yellow gem instead of a white one. That is interesting. It almost looks like a peridot. It could also just be, you know, it's a sketch. It's not a final design, so it's just they just picked a color because it's concept art. Not definitive. This is ew. What the fuck is that? Why is he red? Why are they all red? They're all ketchup people. Also, I learned that, at a certain point, I learned that Ronaldo is a self-insert character for a couple of the writers. Which is probably why he shows up so often. In the old Frybo outfit. It's weird. Very odd. Very odd. Very odd. He is sunburnt. Why are the humans red? I mean, everyone makes fun of the mayor for being red. He's like, oh, he's sunburnt. He spends a lot of time outside, and Greg too. But yeah, this is ridiculous. I don't think I would watch a show with characters that look like this. I don't know. I'd never know. Whoa! Wait, hold on. I gotta get this book. I'm not gonna spend a ton of time on this. I'll go back to the pilot in a little bit. This is cool looking. Damn. Okay. I like that the environment was kept the same, but the style is totally different. This van is lame, though. The one we all know and love is good. It's better. The better version. Wait. Whoa. Is this a fucking blueprint of the actual car wash? It doesn't have a 90-degree turn in it. I mean, in the one episode it did, but in this version it does not. Old wash. The big donut has barely changed. This is the Funland Cone and Sun. This is the Funland that, like, was in that one town on the East Coast that has, like, a whole amusement park inside the building instead of like on the pier like it is in the show. If you search Funland on like Google Maps, you end up finding like the real what it was based on. Okay, I'm closing this up. I could spend maybe in the future I'll just spend like a whole I'll get a full copy and then I'll actually have a camera and just go through the whole thing. Sorry, I want to be reading chat. I don't want to be like just reading a book the whole time. Floor plan. Art book discussion stream someday. Maybe that'll be a Patreon exclusive. No, I don't know. Maybe. I don't know what other stuff to do for I've other than like making early episodes for Patreon. I've been wanting to do like other like Patreon exclusive things, but I don't know. I feel like I'd be cheating people. I did a I feel like was fair was like how I make Gemology, and it was like a half hour just showing how I edit. And again, I don't like to spend a ton of time talking about, especially in the main videos, talking about the like behind the scenes stuff, because there's a billion videos about that. There's a bajillion videos about behind the scenes stuff about Steven Universe and how like disastrous the production was. And why they had to do fucking the dumbass scheduling that they had, the fucking Steven bombs, which I promised myself I will never do when I'm making Gemology. I'm just gonna do them weekly like I have been doing. I'm gonna take a little sip of my mead. Did I say I'd do a rewrite at some point? I did. I could do something like that. Since I have, again, I'll have a lot of time during the summer. That the summer starts for me in 2 days because last day of school that I work at is on Tuesday. And after that, I'll have a lot of time to do stuff. So I'll probably do more videos on Patreon. I don't know what else I'll do, but rewrites would be cool, and then eventually they will they'll come to YouTube. I want to say that there's never gonna be like a timed exclusive, or what do you call it? Like a limited time only. You can get this for a limited time for like some Kickstarter or whatever. I always think those are bullshit. So, whatever I make, even if it like stays on Patreon, it'll always be available at like any point, because I think that the fucking like pre-release like exclusive fucking you get like a poster and like this epic fucking weapon in your DLC in this pre-order this video game, and you get this cool DLC item, but you can never get it again if you don't pre-order it. I think that's bullshit. Summer of Steven. It is. Lame as hell, yes, I agree. Just wait for a few years until I get my own limited time plushie. The thing is, man, I'd love to sell out. I'd love to get that kind of money. And those things, the reason those things are limited time is because it's expensive to keep producing them forever. That's why like toy companies don't keep producing the same toy. They have to like keep changing it, keep updating it. But I don't think I'd ever do a plushie. Unless I really sold out. Unless I really just got rid of my soul. I say that the main reason I do Patreon to begin with is so I don't have to do sponsors. I don't on this channel specifically, I never want sponsors. If I start another channel and start doing other things that may be lower effort, I would do sponsors on those, but for these videos are just too short. You know, they're 10 minutes. I feel like a sponsor segment would just be annoying more than anything. Cuz I hate them. And I know fucking everyone hates them. I'm no different. I started this year just being a guy who watched YouTube, and then I started making these videos, and now I'm a guy who makes YouTube, and I'm like, well, I'm not going to do the things that annoy me as a viewer, so yeah. Like really fucking long intros. I did the intro, the regular Gemology intro for like a whole 10 seconds. And I kept watching that episode back. I'm like, that intro is really fucking long. And I was like, well, I'm going to shorten it to like 2 seconds. Do I get offered sponsors for Gemology? No. Surprisingly, no, not yet. I also don't have like a, what do you call it? Do I even have an email directing somewhere that I can read it? Yeah, I don't think I have an email set up that is just for like you know, business inquiries. I have an email address there, and I don't think it redirects anywhere. So I probably do. I could probably check that if the people are trying to hit that email. But no, so far haven't gotten sponsorship offers. I have in the past for something. I can't remember. Back when I had only like 2,000 subscribers, and was only making one video every 3 months. And they're like, here's take $100 to talk about this fucking Chinese plastic bullshit. And it's like, no thanks. If I did take a sponsor, I've always thought to myself, if I did take a sponsor, it would definitely be a product that I use. And if it's not a product that I use, they would have to send it to me. They would have to give a free, like if it's say, oh, I'm reviewing a fucking, if I'm being sponsored, not by software. I will never do software because I prioritize free software, which is why I fucking use Blender. So no VPNs, no remove myself from the internet kind of services like that. Excellent. Smithers, release the hounds. Sorry, I had to do it. Do a Mr. Burns impression. I've been working on my... Okay, sorry, I'm getting distracted. I was going to finish off my thing about sponsors. It would have to be a product that I would use for sure. It wouldn't be a storefront. I would never take a storefront. I would never take a software like VPN or one of those services that you remove yourself from the internet. It would have to be like a physical thing that I can use, like a fucking power tool or something. You know, the fucking chainsaw gun 9000, and it's like they'd have to send me one of those if I've never used one and they wanted me to talk about it. They'd have to send me one so I can use it and actually give my opinion about it. Going back to impressions, I've been watching a fuck ton of Oni Plays compilations and listen to stupid Zach Hadel do his things like, Tolbar, what would you do if you were teleported to a land where there's these magical rock people that could summon weapons from their rock dimensions? I got better at my my Psychic Pebbles impression. That was one I could barely do before. What would you do if you're like the little brother to these like magical rock people? If you like had this rock thing in your belly, you That's just Ronaldo. If you had this rock, but you didn't know if you could, if you didn't know if you had magical powers either, but you had this like rock in your belly button. Magic Pebbles, true. That doesn't sound like, no, that's Psychic Pebbles. What if you were Steven? Tolbar, what would you do if you were Steven in this scenario? I could just record that whole thing and just dub it over with like AI voice fucking Psychic Pebbles and just have like him describe the entirety of Steven Universe in his mannerisms, the way he does in like a big run-on hypothetical. What would you do? Just do my bad impression, I could. Is it really that bad? I'll have to listen to it back, because I can only hear the inside of my own head. Tolbar, what would you... it's always Tomar. Tolbar. Lars and Sadie, I mentioned this. Lars and Sadie look identical, because they're like the first characters that Rebecca Sugar made for this. All impressions are bad impressions. True. Tomar is my anchor word. Yep, that's it. I never had a good word. I never had a good phrase for like anchor word. That makes sense. Because I can always form my fucking mouth cavity into the right shape to say Tobar. And then once it's formed into that like shape, then I can just go off. I need an anchor word for like an Australian accent. Because I wanted to get really good in an Australian accent. I think I told this story on a stream before. I used to be a camp counselor for like a couple years. And I wanted to do like 1 year where, because the kids would never come 2 years in a row. That's just how the counselor or the camp worked. But what do you call it? I was gonna go. It's a 1 week camp that I did. I would go in and I would just start doing this Australian accent. I would just get really good at an Australian accent and then go in and do this for the kids. And I'd have like this backstory. It's like, oh, I'm from Adelaide, and say stuff like that. And on the very, very last day of the camp, I would just switch back to my normal voice. And as soon as someone asked me, like, wait, why are you not Australian? And I'm like, what? What are you talking about? And just like gaslight them into thinking that that they were like crazy, that they were like thinking that he was Australian, but you just had an accent. What accent? Ankle biter. Ankle biter for Australian? I always yeah, I don't know. I have to find a good one. I think this was a Germa clip before. He mentioned that he doesn't sing in the shower. He does voices in the shower. He does like funny voices, and I think I do the same thing. Where I just do funny voices. I do sing occasionally. Everyone does. I feel like that's a universal constant among humanity. What if they asked follow-up questions about being Australian, though? I would just, you know what? I would have this all planned out. You know, I wouldn't go in doing this without having like set up a whole character backstory to this like person that I'm playing. Say my parents are Australian, but you never lived there. Ooh, that could work. Yeah. We need to listen to Germa's shower voices. Someone wiretap fucking Germa's shower. No cameras. He doesn't want to be seen nude, but we need to hear him in the shower. We need to hear his funny voices. I feel like on April Fool's Day I should just do a shower stream. Like I'm in a bathing suit, but I'm just showering the whole time and like screaming over the shower. Use up all my hot water. I also think the resolution of this episode is kind of shit. That's just me though. Where all they do is just push this thing over. Googling what Australians do at 3 a.m. while the campers are sleeping. Yeah. Someone said this looked like a D&D monster. Like old D&D, like first or second edition, like drawings. Like a beholder or some shit. Is there a higher quality pilot anywhere on the Internet Archive? There's a whole episode, or the whole series, plus the movie, plus Future, plus the pilot, in like one big archive, and the pilot is in there, and it is in high quality, or high definition, or whatever. 720p, or however high they got it. There were these, it's not a beholder, but there's like these skull monsters in D&D. I forget what they're called. Not flame skulls. This maybe flame skulls. Flame skulls are greenish. Maybe that's what I'm thinking of. Oh yeah, this is what I'm thinking of. Okay. Fuck Pinterest. Okay, no, I don't fucking Pinterest, man. Can I just open this in a different... God damn it. I hate Pinterest. I just want to use Google Images in peace. But there's some artwork of a D&D monster, like a flame skull kind of thing. Or whatever, with like the green crystals in its eye. I refuse to show it because I'd have to show Pinterest, and that website just annoys me more than anything else. It could be a beholder. It's got like the floating like tentacle hair things instead of like eyeballs. It's got hair. Is a beholder? It's not like a skull though. Yeah, it's just like a mass. It's just a floating like fleshy mass with an eye. Why does Pinterest annoy you? I need a valid rant. I hate websites. I will go on a rant about this. This applies to Instagram and Facebook as well. I deleted my Facebook account ages and ages ago, maybe like 2 years ago. That went along with Instagram. I don't have Instagram. I will never be on Instagram again. If you see me on Instagram, it's not me. It never will be. I hate websites that make you have an account to view it. And Pinterest is one of those. The fucking just gatekeeping your website just so you can harvest more user data is really predatory to me, and I fucking I hate it. Also, Pinterest is flooded with AI art. You're right. Also, there's a few reasons for Pinterest specifically is that it requires an account to like navigate properly. Again, it's flooded with AI art. That doesn't really affect me because I don't actually like use it. And it floods Google Images with shit you can't like download because it's Pinterest and you can't like download pictures directly from that website. It's very, very annoying. That's my my rant. I can rant about anything, even if I don't believe it. I can still rant about it. Instagram and Twitter. Yeah, Twitter changed. I still have a Twitter account. I'm only sitting on it so someone doesn't take the Source Master handle from me. Otherwise, I would just delete it. But I never use Twitter, and I hate it. It's the usability since it was bought by Elon Musk. The usability has just gone down the fucking shitter. I really hate that website. I hated it before. I stopped using it before that debacle, but just because it's toxic. It's full of it's full of shit that just makes me angry. Like I don't want to exist in an environment that I'm just mad all the time. And people get mad and they choose to stay there. I don't get it. I don't just change your environment. Change your mind. I sort of like this temple design. She's like, no, stay away. No, I don't want it. Twitter has no joy in whimsy. That's one thing I can say for Tumblr is that I hated Tumblr back in 2016 during the fucking, what was it, Gamergate shit that was happening and all that. But Tumblr, at least people can have fun on that website, you know? He had no idea Twitter had an AI until a few days ago. That's crazy, because I've been hearing about it constantly, but I also have a bunch of friends who still use Twitter, so... I have never heard... Okay, I've heard of this behavior. I've never witnessed it in person. Have any of you been, in a conversation with someone, and they pull out their phone, and they, start consulting an AI chatbot about whatever you're talking about? Mid-conversation. Has this happened to anyone? I've never seen it. In person. I've heard it in several different places that people do this. Never had that happen. Okay. Your dad? Always done that with Google. I understand it with Google, but that's quick research. You know, it's not, you're not just asking a fucking AI device. No way, but I believe it. I've seen it. That's okay. God, I hope that never happens to me. I agree. Use Tumblr still. Every other social media pisses me off. I die before I stop using it. That's me with, I think me with Discord currently. I definitely will stop using Discord the second that they do some bullshit. As soon as, basically whenever their IPO happens and they start doing anti-consumer stuff. I have no patience for anti-consumer things from companies anymore after Adobe, after Windows. Someone asked, why do you use Blender for this? I think I've said it before. No, I said it on Patreon, so that's understandable why you wouldn't know. I use Blender because I already had it installed for something else, and I'm like, oh, it can do video editing, and I just did that. But the main reason is I don't use Windows anymore. I used to use, for all of my previous videos on this channel before this, before a year ago, I made an Adobe Premiere, and then I abandoned Windows entirely. I ditched Windows and I installed Linux on my computer. And, you know, Adobe stuff doesn't work on Linux. Plus, I don't want to pay for it because it's getting more and more expensive every year. So I had to pick a free video editor. Or I didn't have to pick a free one, but I decided to do free because it's free. Come on. And Blender, it does its job. It can sequence clips. I can put a voiceover. I can do some effects if I know how to do shaders. Blender, do not recommend it for video editing, though. I I think it's lacking a ton, especially audio editing and titles. That's like the one thing. All the patron things I do at the end of videos, I can pull that up right now, actually. Like, I like this music, by the way. The patron stuff, like all this, shout outs to all these people. This is all done. I do the titles in Krita, instead of doing them in Patreon, because having this many lines is like impossible with patrons' titles. It's ridiculous. Even like 2 lines. Even this one with fucking just a few lines in here. It's like nearly impossible to do that just with the title editor in Blender. So, to all the devs working on Blender, all the open source devs contributing to it, that's what I want. Some better titles and better audio editing. What song is this? This is Robots FTW from Portal 2. It's the end credits to the co-op campaign. Would I recommend Linux? If you have... Yeah, I recommend it. There's actually no caveat to that one. If you have a USB flash drive and like an hour to set it up, I recommend either Pop! OS or Linux Mint for anyone who hasn't used Linux before. If you have used Linux for a little bit, I'm on Debian. It really doesn't matter what you pick, though. But yeah, Linux Mint or Pop! OS for beginners. Linux can do... Listen, I switched over... like, as of last month, I've been on Linux exclusively for a year. I don't have a computer with Windows on it anymore. And, what do you call it? There's nothing that I haven't been able to do in terms of, like, creating, things. That's wrong, actually. There's one thing I couldn't do, but it's something I probably would struggle to do on Windows either way. I had a coworker give me an iPod that she wasn't using, like an iPod Touch, and I just cannot get my computer to connect to it and like read any music that's on it. I'm sure if I spent some more time, I could figure it out, but you just can't install iTunes on Linux, so there's no easy way to do it. Clip Studio Paint is incompatible? I thought it was. I do recommend Krita, though. Krita. If you just want like a drawing program, I can pull it up. That's what I make all my thumbnails in. Krita. This shit. I can pull up a thumbnail. Yeah. It's pretty neat. I really do not recommend GIMP. Do not GIMP yourself by using GIMP. Yeah, I can even show you a thumbnail if I can make a... Let's open some fucking random bullshit. Do I have... I don't have any that are not... Let me do this in a different window so you're not looking at all my pictures. Let's do the $3 bill from this episode. I still have that opened. Okay, we're gonna do the title, so it's easy enough. You do title. I think the titles in this one are also not that great, but I just type Gemology. And then I set Crooniverse. If you ever are looking for the font that I use, it's just called Crooniverse. I think it's on DeviantArt. Set it to fucking something big, 200. I don't know if that's... Whoa, not 2,000, 20,014. I use this deep pink preset. Close that. And it's too big. Let's just do 100. Yeah. And then I do this layer style, inner shadow, and then that's the Gemology like text that I always do. It's easy. Really do not recommend fucking do not recommend GIMP at all. Everyone's got their anchors to Windows. I just had to like cut my anchors off. My anchor was Adobe stuff. Like I really wanted to keep using Premiere and After Effects, but then they had some debacle with their terms of service and stuff. Put Perl on the bill. Oh, I just closed it. Hold on. Let's find a good Perl. Should I use Pilot Perl or should I use real episode Perl? Oh, wait, this is good. If I use Pilot Perl, I can do this. The negative $12 bill from Gravity Falls. Okay, I got Perl. Let's reopen Krita, whatever you want to call it. Your laptop is full of stuff you don't want to lose. You can get like a hard drive from Walmart, like a 2 terabyte external hard drive at Walmart for like $30 these days. It's worth it if you can. I backed all my stuff up before I switched over. I have this like little orange 2 terabyte hard drive, and all my important shit like videos and pictures and all that. Even videos that I don't need are backed up onto a hard drive. I know I don't need them because I haven't actually I haven't opened that. I haven't like plugged that hard drive in months. Okay, we're adding Perl to this thing. Why can't I paste her in? There we go. I'm using this on a mouse, by the way. I don't have my drawing tablet plugged in. Whoops. Erase. There we go. Ooh, let me just do that again. Delete that. Delete whatever this is. Also, a lot of the Photoshop, if you have used Photoshop at all, a lot of the keystrokes are the same. Let's crop this, actually. Can I? No, that crops the whole thing. Okay. We'll just erase. Brush. I'll cut her shoulders off, I think. We'll just put her in. Wait. Can I just actually, I'll erase her neck. This is a good. This is the second time, like in the past week or so, that we we just like did this instead of we just started doing funny graphic stuff instead of actually talking about the episode. Am I gonna hide the Perl bill in the next Gemology for like 1 frame? Maybe. Can I flip this? How do I flip? Layer? Is it just layer, flip, layer, transform, mirror horizontally? There we go. Yeah, there we go. She's George Washington. Can I bring the... Let's add a layer. Add. Colorize. How do I adjust this? Oh, wait. I haven't done, again, GIMP is better for photo editing, so what I'm trying to do here in terms of like changing the color is not as easy to do in Krita. Can I like monochromize it and then turn it? Okay, filter, colors. No. Art stream one day? I feel like I should do. I'm not great at art. I want to get better. I want to practice. I do just doodles mostly. I don't actually spend a ton of time working or practicing art. Can I... Oh, wait. No. Oh, here we go. There we go. Oop. Whoa. I like the intense Portal 2 music in the background as well. There we go. I think that... Oh, shit. I fucked it up. I closed it before I saved it. Filter. Wait, apply filter again. No, wait. Reprompt. Wait. No, I never saved it, so the prompt... Okay. What do I do? Adjust. HSV. Bring the saturation down. Okay, I have to hit OK, otherwise it kills it. What is my art style? I don't have a good one. Again, I don't practice it much, so... what do you call it? I don't know. It's hard to describe. I do draw like weird creatures though. I think I have some pictures. I don't have a way to get them, quick way to get them from my phone. I don't know. Some other time I'll have some art prepared, or I'll do an art stream like middle of the week or something. I do want to do more streams. I feel like I shouldn't deviate too much from Steven Universe stuff though, because I feel like it would hurt my channel in the long run. I don't know. Ugh. No, you can see my stream analytics. Okay, I will save this. But I'll go back to the episode for now. I don't want to save it as a WebP. Gross, gross, gross. WebP has been worse. It's been a... WebP has been a plague on the internet since it was invented. Since fucking Google invented it. It was Google. It was... everything's Google. I know I'm on YouTube right now, and Google pays my bills, partly. But... fuck Google. Overall. That's the half glass of mead talking. I still have this half a glass. I thought I would have a second one by now. Do I look like I know what a WebP is? I just want a picture of a goddamn pork chop. They brought back King of the Hill, didn't they? I saw the intro to the new King of the Hill, and it's, I don't know if I like it all that much. You've made your profile picture. I also made mine. That's like the closest you'll get to my art style. Is that little fucking funny animal in my profile picture. They released it. Yeah, it's on... Of all places, I was scrolling through YouTube Shorts as you do, and it was on IGN, of all places, a comparison between the two intros. The season 14. It's on like a bunch of... It's on a bunch of websites, actually. And Bobby looks happy. Instead of looking like a sad sack at the very end frame, he's like happy looking, finally. Let's see if I can find a picture. Yeah. Look at this happy family. I know Peggy and Hank are not, but Bobby is actually like happy looking. And it makes me happy. I like a happy Bobby. What is my profile picture? A funny cartoon animal. What animal is it? Who knows? This music is too intense for me. I'm gonna switch over to something more... Alright. Terraria or Stardew Valley soundtrack? I've heard... it's a nondescript animal, but I've heard people say it's a cat, it's a fox, it's a dog, it's a ferret, it's a rat. Now I've heard weasel. I'm just gonna add that. Stardew soundtrack? Okay. We're gonna start with... Pelican Town. The Portal 2 soundtrack was a little too intense, I think. Now it's quiet, though. I feel like I'm going to turn it up and it's just going to... One of them is going to be real loud. What else can I talk about? What other, like, comments did I get? I should actually look. Because I got a bunch of comments. Oh, the thing... I didn't mention it at the end of the episode where the climax where Steven says, "What's your excuse?" And it's the thing they used in the final episode, Change Your Mind, where he tells off White Diamond by saying, "I am a child, what's your excuse?" And people in the comments got mad that I didn't mention that. And the reason I didn't mention it is because I'm not at that episode. If I talked about every future episode before I got to it, I would never have anything to say for the future episodes. King of the Hill intro references anti-maskers during COVID. Yep, that's a very Dale thing to do, isn't it? Dale just walking around, everyone's got a mask, but he's got it on his chin. Classic Dale. Oh yeah, your mom. Anyway. People, I don't talk about future episodes, like I said, because if I talked about every time that a future episode calls back, like, since, Change Your Mind called back to this. It's not foreshadowing because it's a call, but, like, they didn't plan Change Your Mind before releasing the pilot. That's just not how it works. They called back to the pilot where he said, "What's your excuse?" And if I said that in the pilot, I wouldn't say it in Change Your Mind, or I'd be repeating myself, and then people would get annoyed that I repeat myself. Looking forward to the King of the Hill revival. What do you call it? I really liked, or I was really looking forward to the Futurama reboot, and I was left a little disappointed. I don't know how much I'm looking forward to the King of the Hill one. Plus, I didn't ever, like, watch the whole entirety of King of the Hill, so it's not something... I think I watched, like, the first 4 seasons. And I really liked what I saw, but I just never finished it. The White Diamond scene is cringe? I don't know if it's cringe. I just think it's like, it's not done well. I went back. I watched with Change Your Mind with a couple friends recently, like last weekend. And I don't know. I have formed new opinions. It's been a while since I watched that episode, and it didn't seem to hold up as well as I remember it. Especially Sunstone. Hot take. I'll do a hot take video this summer at some point. But hot take, I think Sunstone is the worst fusion. In fact, one of the worst characters in the show. I don't like him. I don't like Sunstone. It's weird. If I could ever have emotes, that pearl face should be one. It always felt a bit anticlimactic to me. Yeah, it's defeated by your mom joke. Yeah, I really think if Rebecca Sugar, I'll blame Rebecca Sugar for this partially, but like kudos to her for sticking up for what she believes in. The wedding, they canceled the show early. They would have had like a 6th season as far as I know. But Cartoon Network was like, well, if you're going to do the wedding, then we have to cancel your season because we can't air the show following that in other countries because a lot of countries have like the anti homosexuality laws or whatever. And you can't have a lesbian wedding on a kids show in those countries. But I don't know. If they had that whole season, they could have made White Diamond a lot more compelling of a character. White Diamond is the weakest part of the entire series. I can see that, yeah. She was built up as this like really intimidating, like powerful fucking character, and then they never did anything with her until the climax, and all they did was like tell her a your mom joke. I think White Diamond, like in future, should have stayed a villain, like a kind of like half-assed villain, you know, like oh, what's a example? I'm thinking of one. Shit. Fuck, what character am I thinking of? I can't even think of what show it is. It's some show where they like change. Oh, you know what it is? It's fucking My Little Pony. Fuck. Anyone seen that show? There's a character Discord, and he's like this powerful villain in season 2. And they turn him back to stone, but then at some point they say maybe we can utilize him, but he's still like nefarious. He turns on them at one point. I think White Diamond should have been that, where it's like, well, she's like redeemed, like quote unquote, but she's really not, and she's like behind their back. She's like doing fucking nefarious shit. I think that could have been interesting. Like, villain turned ally, but still is a villain. But yeah, you can't kill her off because she's a... like, they needed her to uncorrupt the gems. She didn't seem like... In Change Your Mind, even, she didn't seem like that she was fully changed. Her mind was not changed entirely. But, what do you call it? It seemed like she was just like, oh, these gems are, like, suffering. We don't want these, like, corrupted monster gems wandering around. So I'll do my part to, like, fix them. But she could have gone back and just kept doing exactly what she was doing before. There's no reason she should have changed her behavior at the end of Change Your Mind. Maybe change the fact that Steven is not Pink Diamond, sure. But other than that, no, she's still a fucking tyrant. You don't just stop being a tyrant. You don't go up to fucking Adolf Hitler or Stalin and just say, hey, look at all these people. Look at your empire. All you're doing, there's like people dying and suffering. It's like, oh, maybe I should just be a good guy now. No, they're rotten to the core. Stalin killed millions of people. He killed more people than any leader of any country or empire ever. Except maybe Darth Vader and, like, Palpatine. They killed a lot of people. But that was a long time ago in a galaxy far, far away, so that doesn't matter. Like, nobody really focuses on it. You know, history repeats itself. We're gonna have a Death Star again someday. Blue was the only... Yeah, Blue got the most characterization in the whole, like, of all the 3 diamonds. I really like her. I think she is my favorite diamond. I think I said that last stream. Do not like how they did Aquamarine. She went from intimidating and respectable adversary to Team Rocket Grunt. Yeah, I think the fact that they tried to lean so heavily into not having, like, villains, not having a main villain in the show was a detriment. Same with the Steven's point of view rule. I'll say that for a lot of things, a lot of choices they made during this show's production, that there were some things that were detrimental to the the way the story played out. And I think not having, like, a common enemy, like a villain they could have always been looking out for. I think that's why Jasper was so compelling. Even after the cluster, there was still like, oh, Jasper's still out there and she's the villain. And she never really got that redemption. Like how Jasper was handled in Future. Yeah, she didn't get to change her mind. She was brought back from being corrupted and then never really, like, appreciated the work that they all did. She's still not, like, an ally. Jasper's mind only changed once Steven freaking killed her. That's true, but she also didn't, like, develop as a character. She never... That's a character in the entirety of the show. I mean, there's a few characters that are like that, but she didn't get any... She had the whole show to develop as a character, and she didn't. All she did was die. And then realize that she had reverse character development because she thinks Steven is Pink Diamond. So she had the opposite character development from White Diamond. Very strange, very odd, very, very interesting choice. Did anything ever come out of they did, like, a post on the official Steven Universe YouTube channel that it's like, we're coming back with new things. We're in their community tab again, but I think it's just like they remembered their password to their account or something like that. I don't think anything, like, ever came out of that, right? There's no, like, new series or new, like, comic or anything. Do you think any gems committed self-shatter? There's that one ruby that was like, I almost dissipated my form! Or something like that. I can't remember what she said. That if you, like, sneeze too hard, you'll poof. I don't think you could shatter yourself, could you? Unless you fucking jump off a cliff. Do you respect characters who just choose not to develop or better themselves? It feels realistic. Yeah, I've met plenty of people that are like that. That are just like, they're stubborn. They just do not want, I've asked this question to a couple people before that I know. It's like, do you enjoy being, like, mad all the time? It's like, and they always say no, but it's like, then why don't you change something about what you do? And they just don't, because they're stubborn. Me when the Jasper died. There are gem weapons for shattering. There's like hammers, right? There's like big maces and hammers. You couldn't like seppuku yourself. You couldn't like stab yourself in the chest. I don't think that would work for a gem. Eyeball got a chisel. Yeah, that's not really for shattering, though. That's for... I always saw that as, like, a knife, too. Just, like, a weird flat knife. You would need a hammer to go with a chisel, though. Maybe when she's fused as a ruby, she can get, like, a hammer chisel. To gems, a chisel is a knife. That's true. You could... I guess if you thrust a chisel hard enough, you could, like, chip a gem. Would it be a pickaxe? I don't know what tools are used for mining gems or smashing gems other than a breaking point. But yeah, pickaxe I think would do a good job at like smashing a fucking ruby or whatever. Half considering pouring myself another glass of mead, but I don't think I should because I do have to work tomorrow, and I don't want to have even the mildest headache in the morning. Imagine gems running away at the sight of a pickaxe. That's like someone brandishing a gun and then someone running away. I think a pickaxe would be fucking scary. I wish we saw more gem weapons after a while. It feels like they were way less common. Yeah, it's interesting because even Lapis didn't technically get a weapon. She just had her wings. But like all the other Lapises that end up showing up in future, they have wings. Aquamarine had wings. I don't think that's a weapon, though. Water is their weapon. Yeah, but it's not a gem weapon. It's water. It's water that they control, that they don't summon. It's just, I don't know. Early installment weirdness. It is also interesting that there's like this point where, like, the moment you learn that gems are aliens, it just feels less magical. Because they are magic. Like, don't get me wrong. There's no question that they're magic. It's just that it feels more like sci-fi technology the second you learn that they're from space. Maybe Lapis should have had tridents. Yeah, that would be cool. Bluebird got a cutlass. Oh yeah, that was cool. Felt less fantastical and more sci-fi. I do like a soft... I don't think soft magic is done enough in, like, the current landscape of media. I feel like there's always... Everyone's always got rules, especially, like, anime, where it's like, oh, we had this, like, power level, and there's, like, this magic... You have to, like, use this chi, and there's, like, a different chi that's in, like, a different part of your body, and you have, like, a certain usage for this chi, and you can only do certain spells with it. It's like, no, just... do magic. It's cool. You don't have to fucking explain everything. I always liked... I have been developing a magic system because I want to make a show about magic someday. And the idea... The only, like, limitation for it, really, is that magic is like a muscle. Like, if you overdo it, you wear yourself out. And if you don't exercise it, it like atrophies. Like you'll just lose. It's like your like fucking mana reserves or whatever. I don't know if I want to think about Naruto. I say I won't watch Naruto until they give it the Dragon Ball Z Kai treatment and just have like an actual like watchable version that's not full of filler. Like having rules for my magic while still making it feel like it's magic. That's the thing. If I want to make a show that is about magic, you kind of have to have a rule set, but you also don't have to explain the rules to the audience like a lot of anime does. It's what do you call it? There's like this everyone wanted to be like Full Metal Alchemist at one point, where they tried to explain their magic. They try to have this whole like scientific study behind it. That's part of the reason I stopped watching My Hero Academia, is because they kept like talking about it too much. That show, you know what? There's a lot of yapping in that show. As cool as it is, I really wanted to like it. I really wanted to just keep going with My Hero. I just couldn't, because everyone yaps constantly. Sorry to anyone who like really likes that show, and I just like shat on your fun. I just wish it was more fun. I wish it was more action and less standing around and telegraphing your next move and talking about your opponent's current move. Look at his squishiness. That's just anime. Yeah, but I don't know. I'm so used to Western animation where everything happens without telegraphing everything. Oh, hide that. It's gross. Game of Thrones magic is so mysterious. I read the first Game of Thrones book. I didn't read it. I listened to an audiobook, but it was an unabridged one, so I got through the whole thing. I've never watched the show, but yeah, the magic in that, even though in the first book there's not a ton of magic in the first one, other than the very end, which I don't want to spoil it for anyone, but it's interesting because there's always like talk about it. It makes it feel fantastical when it's like this common point of conversation in this fantasy world, and it just doesn't physically come up a lot. Someone said the gold ring and the gem being upside down is so weird. Wait. Yeah, it's maybe that's the foreshadowing to, it's like, oh, it's a diamond shape, so it looks like a diamond. I don't know. It is, the gold ring is strange. You're actually learning High Valerian? Tell me you're not using Duolingo. I gotta watch The Owl House. I think I watched the first season and I've never finished it. There's a lot of cartoons, a lot of modern cartoons especially, that I just have not kept up with. It's what do you call it? I used to have a ton of time as like a high school student when I didn't have to do so much adulting, where I just watched cartoons all the time. And I just haven't had a ton of time to do that recently, but with summer coming up, I probably will have time to like catch up on some things. Not that there are a lot of cartoons that are coming out. I don't know what cartoons have come out in like the past 2 or 3 years that in general, like, I don't know. Common Side Effects? Oh, yeah, I heard about that one. Adult Swim is doing gangbusters. I know they've got Smiling Friends now. They have, Common Side Effects is an Adult Swim show, right? Watch now on Sling TV. I don't know, thanks. It is an Adult Swim show, okay. Never seen any cartoons actually since the death of cable TV. Yeah, I don't think I've started and finished a cartoon other than like Kipo. I don't know if anyone's seen that one. That's just really, really short. It's like 2 seasons though. One of the better ones that I did watch, it was on Netflix, called it was a Craig McCracken show. Not Wander Over Yonder. Wander Over Yonder was Disney. What the fuck was the name of it? Kid Cosmic. I made a short, and that short still gets views, like a lot. I still get comments on that one. Kipo's 3 seasons? Yeah. I watched all of it though. But so many shows that I started, I just never finished, because you know what it is? They don't... part of it is they don't release it week by week. At least Netflix doesn't. They just dump them all and then just expect people to watch them. If an episode did release week by week, back like how they used to, then people would talk about it more, because it's... I've always had this thought, as like when I learned Netflix just dumps shows on there without a release order. They just... People, you release an episode, like imagine you're the publisher, you're releasing an episode of a show, like, and then you wait a week, and through that week, people are talking about it. People are like going to work, it's like, oh, did you see that new episode of fucking XYZ cartoon show? Not cartoon, but like any show. And then it's like, no, I haven't seen it, but I'll go watch what there is now. And then the next week, you have new viewers. You have a new audience. Glitch Techs. Did Glitch Techs get rebooted for another season? I did, what do you call it? Back when I did reviews, I did a video on Glitch Techs. Actually... Yeah, I did. It made Glitch Text its own video. That was not a good video, but Back when I did reviews, I did watch that show, and I only remember it getting 2 seasons. Did it get a 3rd one? I know it got shafted because of COVID, though. Infinity Train got fucking thrown out as a tax write-off. Yeah, that makes me sad. I loved Infinity Train. I wanted to do like a D&D or Call of Cthulhu campaign that was that, but I just couldn't come up with clever ideas for train cars that would actually like work in a D&D setting. I miss having a new animated series that aren't attached to a pre-existing property. Yeah. That goes for any media. Like, everything seems like new movies and new TV shows. They all feel like they're spin-offs or, like, reboots. Everyone's, like, so excited for, oh, the King of the Hill reboot. But it's like, I just want some of that creative energy to go towards something good. Like, that funding and creative energy towards something new and good. But it's like, oh, there's a new season of Gumball. It's like, man, I'd be excited for something original. I don't know. Why is Pearl's spear glowing? It's extra dimensional. That sounds awesome. Yeah, I wish it. I wish I could have pulled that together. I just couldn't. I tried to do it like twice. I tried to like get people together to do it, but I could never come up with enough cars. Easier to stick to a proven successful formula. It brings in more money. I think that is the detriment of having so many of these shows be run by big studios. I feel like indie animation will just like indie games, at a certain point indie animations and indie TV in general will like take over because they're not chasing the dollar so quickly so much. Like fucking Digital Circus. I know they're on Netflix, but like Digital Circus started out as just like an indie project, and it still kind of is. They're not I don't know. And the only reason they're driven by profit is because they have fucking shareholders that they have to give their shareholders their money every year. You gotta show growth. You gotta show that you're growing as a company. Infinite growth, unsustainable. I'd rather just have, there needs to be like some non-profit organization that just makes cartoons and doesn't do it to drive profits higher. Like, every cent that they earn will go toward the next show. I want a Steven Universe continuation, and then we can stop with the reboots and sequels. Yeah, that's good hypocrisy. That's fine. Dana Terrence, where do I know that name? Oh, she's fucking Mabel. Wait, is she? Yeah. No, she worked on Gravity Falls. No, I'm confused. Who played Mabel? Am I stupid? I just see a picture of Mabel next to her. There's like, I don't fucking know. She made Owl House. Okay. Kristen Shaw. Okay. I know her, that voice actor. I like looked at her. I'm like, no, wait, that's not the right person, because I remember Flight of the Conchords. That was she was on that show. She was like the weird, like, horny woman on that show. I watched the first episode of Flight of the Conchords, and it just was not for me. I did not like what I saw. If any shows need to get reboots, it's the ones that like have never seen the light of day since like a first season. Anyone remember Symbionic Titan? That like it's old by now, but it was a Cartoon Network show that got one season and then they canned it for not making enough money through, of all things, toy sales. I watched it ages ago. I don't remember it, but I remember it being cool. I remember the idea behind a giant robot being formed between like these two teenagers and a regular sized robot. The shows that weren't going on for 14 seasons like King of the Hill should be the ones to get reboots, I think. This has just turned into discussing other cartoons, the movie, the stream. I have been watching, I will say this every stream that I do, but go to the public library because I don't have any streaming services currently. The one subscription that I have, other than the necessities like insurance and mortgage and electricity and all that, the one subscription I have is YouTube Premium because I watch so much YouTube that if it had ads at all, I would just not watch anything. But I will say this every stream, go to your public library and check out a DVD. You can just do that for free. Yeah, bills. That's what I mean. Like subscription to electricity. Subscription to owning a house. Oh, speaking of insurance, like car insurance, I got, for the first time in my life today, I got pulled over by a police officer. It wasn't because I was doing anything bad, it was because I had a brake light out. But that had never happened to me before because I have been driving for a decade and I'm like a perfect driver. No, I never got, what do you call it? I didn't get a ticket or anything for that. She's just, the officer just told me, hey, you got a light out, you should look at that. And I'm like, okay. None of your TVs have DVD players? Well, there's this place called Walmart. And even though DVD players are this ancient technology, they do sell them. Also, you can get a Blu-ray player, and Blu-ray players play DVDs. Or like any game console other than a Switch, and it'll play Blu-ray players and DVDs. The only DVD player in my house is on my old PC. Here's the thing, though. You download this fun little program called Handbrake. You throw a DVD in the computer, and you rip the DVD. And now you have the file on your computer. And you know what you can do with that file? You just watch it, first of all. Or you install this program called Jellyfin. And on Jellyfin, it's like your own personal Netflix. If you rip your DVD and you put it in the folder that Jellyfin looks at, it's you can like connect to it from anywhere. Jellyfin. Yeah, Handbrake, that's like the tool to rip things. I've been doing that. I have a bunch of DVDs that I have yet to go through, but they all go on to everything that I do all goes onto this server that I have. Jellyfin, look it up. It's not too difficult to install. And yeah, you can watch those DVDs anywhere. Plex? No, Plex sucks. Don't use Plex. Plex, like, costs money. If you share it with anyone, it costs money to share accounts, but Jellyfin is free and open source. Just use Handbrake for converting files. That's what I mainly use it for as well, but then I realized that it's the best tool for, what do you call it? For fucking ripping DVDs. Just make your own server. Yeah, but you still have to, like, I don't know. Jellyfin works better than Plex. Like, I feel like, from what I've heard, a lot of people are jumping ship from Plex to Jellyfin. But Plex is the same idea. It's like you basically your own self-hosted, like, Netflix, like, personal Netflix account or Netflix server. You could use this to get movies from the library and keep them forever, says James the Apoke James. Something I definitely don't do. I definitely don't check out DVDs and then rip them and then return them to the library. No, no, no. That's not legal. You can't do that. I definitely, on the record, I do not do that. Just for the record. Like, don't do that. But you can. Like, no one will know. But don't. But like, if you do, then no one can stop you. Oh, whoops, I accidentally ripped all the DVDs that I had checked out from the library. I thought they were my own. I'm sorry, I'm sorry, I'm sorry. I don't know where the files went. I can't delete them. I don't know where they went. I can't delete them. Oh, I'm gonna get sued one day. Oh yeah, Del Toro's Pinocchio is really good. I remember watching that. Piracy is bad. Piracy is bad. Don't rip DVDs that you don't own. Don't, like, break copyright protection on Blu-rays. No, no, no. Don't use torrenting. Don't go on archive.org and find every movie that was ever made ever. No, no, no. But for real, though, if you are, like, a cheap bastard like me, go to your local library, check out some DVDs, do what you want with them for the time you get to check them out. Yeah, my finger slipped. I like accidentally dropped it into my computer's DVD player, and I accidentally hit the button on Handbrake. I was trying to convert other files, but instead I ripped it and it went onto my Jellyfin server. Oh no. Yeah, where do those come from? Where did this link to the piratebay.org come from? Really, with the way streaming services, there's like no moral... I have no moral qualms with fucking piracy, especially for big companies, like Nintendo especially. Like I will say I'm probably never going to buy... Not probably never. I just straight up never will buy a Switch 2. But there are some Switch 2 games like the Donkey Kong that I want to play. And I'll be resorting to my friend archive.org, my friend. I will be borrowing my friend's copy, my friend archive.org. I'll be borrowing his copy. Listen, Lars is saying here in this scene, Lars is saying, you know, ripping DVDs that you don't own is, like, illegal. And then Steven's like, yeah, but, like, do you really want to give money to these companies that keep, like, shutting down good projects? Yeah, but it's not stealing. Everyone says this. Piracy is barely stealing. Don't do it, though. Don't do piracy. It's illegal. But, like, I have no moral, again, I'm not going to get on a high horse and say, you shouldn't pirate because people are losing their bottom line is affected. Who cares? Stealing from Walmart? Don't steal from Walmart. That's I don't know, these poor fucking employees that work for them, they gotta, like, do something that's gotta be written up every time that happens. Didn't the, Owen Dennis, the fucking creator of Infinity Train, when they pulled Infinity Train from HBO Max, he, like, went on Twitter and said, like, hey, like, just go pirate Infinity Train now because they fucking took it down. It's abandonware. Speaking of abandonware, oh, wait, this is a big one. I gotta open my fucking terminal for this. I tried this on... where did I save this? Here it is. Speaking of abandonware. Whoa, it's stuttering. Whoa, it's stuttering. Speaking... Oh, it's loud. Yeah, abandonware. Hell yeah. Can't buy it anymore. It's so loud. Jesus. You can't fucking buy this anywhere. So now your only option is this. Also, wait, my controller is not working. Come on. Is it the game frozen? What game? I think people who know what game it is. My controller's not working. What the hell's going on here? Okay, plug the controller back in. It's busted. Okay, maybe it's not. Yeah, it's saved the light. It's supposed to be. It worked the first time I tried it. No, not the. It worked once before, last week. But again, I'm borrowing my copy. I'm borrowing the copy from my friend archive.org. That's his real name, and I'm gonna be playing it on. He has a lot of copies, by the way. You can always ask him. You know, archive.org, that's his name. Borrow a copy, and I'll be playing it on stream one of these days. If I can fix it. I don't understand why it stopped working. It's running through Wine. It's running through this like compatibility layer that what do you call it? It's on Amazon physical. Yeah, but my friend archive.org has it, and he let me borrow a copy to keep even. You can't get Attack the Light anymore. I didn't realize Save the Light was wasn't purchasable anymore. Yeah, they took all of them down. It sucks. It's abandonware. It's a legal gray area. I don't think it's ever come up, so there's no precedent set. Can I talk about the, I was gonna get some donuts for this stream and then, like, eat them on stream, but I, half considered doing one of these, a dog nut. But this, someday I'm going to make one of these. I don't think I can find a hot dog big enough to fit through 3 donuts, though. That's like a foot-long hot dog. That's like a Costco hot dog. Costco or like Sam's Club. Is there a reason? No. The tax write-off. The same reason they shut down Adult Swim games and like took down a bunch of fucking games and yeah. The cost nut. How's the glow stick keeping up? I said this earlier and we tried it on like the very first stream that I did of Gemology discussions, that the glow sticks are dead. They're all dead. I can go get one. Licensing, no. It was the merger. They had to downsize after Warner Brothers and Discovery merged, and they killed a bunch of studios and wrote it off on their taxes, and then they had to take the games down. I almost lost one of my favorite like roguelike platformers, Super House of Dead Ninjas, almost got delisted from Steam for the same, like, during the same fucking demolition of everything that was ever good in this world. Maybe Steven's glow stick ring is magic. Maybe that's what I'm missing. I don't know. No, all the light games are done. Let's see if my friend Archive has my friend archive.org has Attack the Light that I can perhaps borrow. They do. They have an Android package archive. I'll try that someday. I probably won't stream that one. Save the Light and fucking Revenge of the Light, whatever the third one is called, I'll play on stream. What's the third one? I can never remember. Attack the Light, Save the Light, and the third is always Revenge of the Light. What is the third one? Unleash the Light. That's it. That's the one. Revenge of the Light. I'll always say Revenge of the Light. When I stream that game, it will just be called... The title will just be Revenge of... Steven Universe, the video game Revenge of the Light. Revenge of the Sith. That's why I keep thinking about it. Because Revenge of the Sith is the funny Star War. Funny Star War. Okay, I'm gonna try it one more time to run this without breaking everything. Input. Okay, all the controller stuff is bound. Does it have to be joystick 0? Joystick 0, yeah, okay. Okay, let's see. I like the squish, the slime squishing sound from Stardew Valley. Oh, it's so loud! I'm sorry. Archive.org, yeah. Cardboard box hoarder wizard who archives random stuff. I like it. Do that. Why is it not working? I'll figure this out someday. I will get it to work one of these days. It launches up. If I unplug it, if I unplug the controller, sorry, you can't even see what I'm looking at right now. The keyboard doesn't work either. Is there like anything in this that's happening? Failed to get X. I don't even know what any of this stuff is. I don't know what that means, so I'll figure that out at some point. But I do want to play this game on stream one day. If anyone's a bigger Linux wizard than I am, probably not many, maybe not in chat, but if anyone knows how to fix whatever error that is, then please tell me. Please let me know on discord.com/ archive.org. I don't know. Ooh, different perspective of the dog nut. You would try a dog nut? I don't know. If If he's a wizard and his name is Archive, would he be an arch wizard? No, he'd be an arc wizard. Yeah, I love the idea of, like, these archive, like, entities, these, like, angel beings that all they're doing is, like, keeping data of the whole world. You said deep fry it. That's nasty. I would not. I think 3 3 donuts and a hot dog. Listen, I can eat 2 donuts probably in like one sitting. But 3 and a hot dog, that's like way too much. The mustard ruins it. Yeah. I don't know. I don't think I'd even eat one of those hot dog burgers. Those like are real though. If it's a plain donut, then yes, a dog nut would be nice. I think a plain cake donut for a dog nut would actually be pretty good. But, like, chocolate and strawberry frosting and then mustard on it, plus there's 3 of them and they look huge. I would not. That does... I will someday, but I won't enjoy it. Honey on spaghetti. I've had like jelly on cold spaghetti. It's not bad for like a snack or like a breakfast kind of thing. But not like with meat and like tomato sauce. Based background music. Indeed. Syrup on spaghetti ain't bad. That's something right out of Elf. Yeah. I like, again, just a little, like, grape jelly on cold spaghetti. Like, you know, if you have leftover spaghetti but no sauce, like, that's what you do with it. It's good. Ranch on ice cream? No thanks. Actually, I think they did that. I think they made a ranch ice cream flavor. Listen, I live in the Midwest where people put ranch on fucking everything, and it's like, how? Like, I'll have ranch on lettuce, and then ranch if I'm dipping, like, chicken wings. Not wings, but, like, chicken... like, chicken tenders. But... I don't know. Ranch on fucking pizza is weird to me. Yeah, this is real. I'll show you the ranch fucking ice cream. It's vile. French! It's French ice cream. It's the French people who make this. It's like blaming pineapple on pizza on the Hawaiians. It's like, it's not French. It's not Hawaiian. The fucking Canadians did pineapple on pizza. For the record, though, I do enjoy pineapple on pizza. Lived in Midwest for some time in the New York, my New York, could never understand the ranch on everything. I agree. I've lived in the Midwest my whole life, and I still don't get it. I work at a school, and I see kids, like, dunking their fucking slices of pizza in ranch, and it's weird. Ranch on the dog nut. Ranch goes on salad and nothing else. You know what? I can see your point of view. I think ranch on, like, chicken is good. Ranch on chicken and salad. That's where I draw the line. I'm not a picky eater, by the way. I will eat anything. But if you're making really shit combinations, then no. Yeah, I don't think I would ranch ice cream. No, thank you. Are we Midwest buddies? It depends on what state you're in. Pineapple on pizza is a staple. I don't know why people argue still. Pears, though, that's a different story. I've never seen pears on pizza. Yeah, a little sweetness on a pizza is pretty good. You know what would be good with, like, I don't think I've ever had... I've had spicy, like, pasta sauce, which is really good. Spaghetti and meatballs with, like, spicy, like, hot pepper, spicy sauce. That's a spicy meatball, you know, Alka-Seltzer commercial. Anyway, like a spicy marinara on a pizza with some sweet pineapple. I think that would be really good. Ranch beer. That does sound like a shit combination. I just don't like beer. There's not many beers that I've had that I think are actually good. I don't think I've ever purchased beer because it's not something that I go out of my way to drink. If someone's offering a beer, then I will take it, but it's not something I would enjoy. I won't vocalize the fact that I don't enjoy it, but I don't know people who, like, again, living in the Midwest or just America in general, people drink, like, these light beers, like Coors Light or Bud Light or whatever, and they just taste like water. They just taste like sparkling water to me. It's weird. It is bread juice. Yeah, the line came from an Alka-Seltzer commercial. Yeah, we can watch it. Hold on. Let me pull up the YouTube. It's a spicy meatball. Let's watch it real quick. I'm gonna pause the, wait, how do I pause this? Yeah. Okay. Spicy meatball. I'm just gonna skip to the end.
Make you your old self again.
Mamma mia, that's a spicy meatball.
Yeah. And it's like the joke is like they're doing a million takes and he keeps eating the spicy marinara sauce, and he has to drink Alka-Seltzer to make his stomach better, you know. And then they did like 50 takes, and then on his take that he did really good, the fucking oven breaks. I don't know when this commercial aired. Mamma mia, that's a spicy meatball. But yeah, it's Alka-Seltzer. And then, yeah, classic. Everyone knows a spicy meatball, but have never. So many people don't know. I didn't even know until I looked it up. Until I had that spicy marinara, and I didn't know for the longest time. Spicy marinara. I should play. I do want to play more games on stream at some point. I think I want to set aside some time. Maybe I'll do it on Twitch, just so I'm not overshadowing the Gemology streams. I'll restream this on Twitch and YouTube. And then when I want to do gaming streams is my point. I really enjoy playing games. On stream, but I don't want to like just spam YouTube with fucking I don't want to spam YouTube with, what do you call it, with game streams, because I want to do it like all the time, but I don't want to make people unsubscribe. Play Rhythm Heaven Fever as your first game. No thanks. No thanks. I'll play Os or Osu or whatever. What is that? What is it called? How do you say that? Osu. That was a game made by one guy. And it's open source, I believe. MIT license. Yeah, it is open source. Almost makes me want to not have fingers. Yeah. Not many, actually, I feel like, oh shit. Games like, what do you call it? Friday Night Funkin'. Friday Night Funkin' is an open source, like, free game. And I think the reason is that you just can't, if you don't have a ton of money, you can't make a rhythm game and package in music with it. So you just have to make this free game, and then here's the music, Like, download the music from this website instead. Have it like 2 separate entities. All that pizza talk made me hungry. I agree. I am hungry. I will stream for a little bit longer, but I do want to get a snack at some point. I don't want to eat on stream. That's just rude. Oh, what time is it? Oh, it's fucking 11:33. But it feels like, I don't know, this whole pilot. Anyone else get the vibe that it's like evening just with the colors? Maybe the clock was reversed because the hands were the same size. It was like 7 something. Or like 6, almost 7. Eating on streams is considered rude. I think so. I just think eating into a microphone is kind of gross. Oh yeah, it is setting in the west. Wait. I don't know. I'm gonna look up FNF. Friday Night Funkin'. Friday. Is it not open source? Am I stupid? Oh, it's Apache license. Okay, so it is open source. I have to know, I've gotten, like, learning more and more about, I've been steeped into the open source environment for a year now, because I've been using Linux for over a year. I've been learning to look for the license when I'm using certain software, because, like, MIT license is like, oh, you can do whatever you want, but you just have to say, like, what it is. Like, when I am gonna make my game eventually, Pilot Light, go wishlist Pilot Light on Steam, all I have to do is set, like, made with Godot engine somewhere in the game or in the game's files, and then that's all I have to do because that's MIT license. But I can still charge for it. I can still use it for commercial. I can keep the source code for the game itself closed. I just have to say what I use to make it. That's, yeah. But FNF, Friday Night Funkin', all mods for that game have to be open source with Apache 2.0 license. You kind of work on a game? Oh yeah, mods is a good point. Good night, Citrine the Corgi. Whose, I'll say profile picture looks vaguely like Sonichu. Sorry to say that now. Just add that little tiny icon. It looks slightly like Sonichu. You kind of want to work on a game? I recommend Godot engine. It's very lightweight and open source. But also, engine doesn't matter. Just pick something that works for whatever game you want to make. Okay, but you're right, yeah. I don't know if that came over the microphone, but I just popped my elbow. Updates don't happen often, so people rely on mods for content. I feel like that's the same for a lot of games like TF2 or Minecraft. Minecraft is effectively open source because it's very, 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 very easy to decompile a Java game. Why am I listening to baby music? But, and like, yeah, Mojang doesn't update Minecraft all that often, so people gotta make mods. That's one thing I want to do if I do start making game streams, probably on Twitch. Twitch for games, I'll say that. I wanted to make my own personal Minecraft mod pack and just have this really huge world with like create or whatever. Let's go back a little bit. I want to look at... What do we want to look at in this... Let's look at the interior of Steven's house. Steven's, like, weird house that doesn't make any sense. Geometrically, it doesn't... I don't understand it at all. First of all, what is that thing? What is that? I saw this. I didn't mention it in the episode, but what the hell is it? Fireplace and oven? Heating furnace? Yeah, but it just vents into the... It vents your fumes into your living space? Pilot Pearl scares me. I want her dead. That is something. The world's biggest bong. I can see that. It's just to hotbox the room with weed. It's definitely not a furnace. Because it first of all, tiny little tube. You can't force fumes through that. All the fumes would just go out the front if the tube is that tiny. But, yeah, I think bong is maybe correct. It's just, yeah, to hotbox the room. It's a chimney meant for outdoor use. Well, why is it indoors? Real trap shit. I don't know why I did that voice. Why is Steven wasting food? Why is the back of the... Oh. Why did the back of the bag explode open when he did that? Look. Okay. He's like eating out the top, right? In previous shot, he's eaten... It's oriented for the top up, and he has the top open. And then when he tosses it, and the bottom just decides to rip open, and all the chips fly out. Whoa. Magic? Yeah. I hope Steven's house has a fire alarm. You know what? I never did see a fire alarm in the house in the final show, now that I think about it, now that you point it out. I never heard the chirp when the battery goes low. Also, if you guys hear that chirp, don't get made fun of on a radio show for your chirp. The ceiling bird needs feeding. Feed your ceiling birds. Don't get made fun of on a radio show for not putting batteries in your smoke detector, and don't let your fucking house burn down because you let the batteries run dry. The force of that throw made it rip open. I don't know how people sit through... I hope none of you have chirping smoke detectors in your house, but I don't know how people can like sit through that. I had that happen. It was like 2 in the morning, and it started doing that, and I was sleeping, and I kept hearing it. I'm like, man, half of me just wants to sleep through it, but that's loud. Like those fucking smoke detectors, they're supposed to be loud, and even the little beep, like that's, I can't bear it. I can't sleep through that. And people just deal with it sometimes. They just either they don't know or they're just lazy. You'd break it? No, put a fucking battery in it. Just put a battery in. Don't break your smoke detectors. He's just throwing chips at the speed of sound. I wonder how fast a bag of chips would have to accelerate to rip it open. Yes, feed the ceiling bird. The ceiling bird is hungry. You need to feed it batteries. Man, this looks like my couch. This looks like my couch after I've been eating quite a bit, because I have a fucking white couch. I hate it. I got a hand-me-down white couch from someone who was moving away, and I hate the fact that it's white. That's like pure white. You have to put effort into not caring at first, then it becomes really easy to not care. Yeah, but here's the thing. This is my house. I own this house. I'm not renting. If it burns down, that's the house I got. I can't blame a landlord for not feeding the ceiling birds because I'm the landlord. I own the house. Cover it in black paint. Yeah, the little round thing that says do not paint. Just paint over it. It's fine. Now I'm going to keep my, maybe I'll introduce the next episode. The next episode I got to do is, Monster Buddies, because the Steven and the Stevens is already on Patreon. Maybe I'll just say, like, hey, I've never seen a fucking smoke detector in Steven's house. Maybe I gotta keep my eyes open for it. And then someone in the comments will, like, know. They'll, like, know the exact, like, frame, the episode and, like, frame that it's on. It just shows up. Because if I can say anything in those videos, if I say, this is just how YouTube works. If I say something wrong, no matter how small your channel is, if you make a video and you say something wrong, you will get someone in the comments correcting you. So if I ever need to know something, I can just say the wrong thing in a Gemology video, and someone in the comments will correct me. That's like a life hack, you know? You could just say a wrong thing on the internet and someone will correct you, and then, yeah. Frame 211 of, yeah, call Reddit in. No, Reddit is never helpful. Like, I always get, like, one person reply. Plus, I don't like the people on Reddit. They're all know-it-alls. They're more know-it-alls than the people in YouTube comments. Reddit is a breeding ground for know-it-alls. Reddit is legitimately awful when you need help. Yes, but it's fantastic when someone else needed help and you're starting to Google a problem. But if you go on there and ask help for a problem that you have, you're not going to get a good answer. Unless someone asked the same question 4 years ago. Yes. Exactly. But yeah, life hack, if you don't know something and you need to know, you just make a YouTube video where you say the wrong thing and then someone in the comments will correct you. I try my best to read every comment that I get on Gemology videos or just on my channel in general. it's tough to keep up with it. I used to be able to do it when I only had like 3,000 or less people. This year, I feel crazy because my subscriber count has doubled in like 5 months. It's insane. I know it's like I know I'm still like small time. I'm like 8K. That's like, oh, that's fucking child play numbers, but it's like I don't know, I feel like I appreciate everyone, each and everyone who watches these, because it's just something I can do for fun, and people like it for fun. It's awesome. That's that's 8,000 people who like my stuff. That's like I could fill a fucking stadium with that many people. If I could get every single one of my subscribers together, it would be too many people to shake hands with in a day. I do want to do a meetup at some point. Maybe at someday I want to go to a convention. Since I'm Midwest, maybe something in Chicago. Just hang out. Just like once I get like a big enough people, I just want to meet some of the people that enjoy my stuff. It would be cool. It'd be cool to put, like, I see all these usernames and comments, and it's like it would be cool to put a face to these. Or even just hop on Discord sometime. I just gotta get... There's a Discord link in the description of every stream and every video for those who are interested. I do, especially during this summer, I do want to get in the voice chat more often and just, like, hang out. I look like the usual white guy with glasses, yeah. That's me as well. I remember all of us when you get big. I remember a lot of my old like chat members that would show up during streams. If I see some of the chat, like OG chat members from when I had only like 2,000 subs, I would definitely recognize them. They're awesome. I just they showed up. They felt like people I knew. It was cool. I think I'm ugly. I think everyone thinks they're ugly. Except me. I'm handsome. I'm the handsomest. And if you disagree me, you're banned. No. No, it's fine. Let's shake hands right here, right now. Yeah. Let's shake hands. If I could shake hands with every single one of my YouTube subscribers, I would probably get a disease and die. You know what I did? Also, I'm surprised. Last convention, I want to go to a convention. It's been a long time since it's over a year since I've been to one. Last convention I went to was CES in Las Vegas, which is like one of, if not the biggest convention in the world. And I went there twice, like 2 years in a row. The one 2 years ago was the first one since COVID, and I went there and I didn't get sick. I didn't get sick the second time I went either. And I always hear these horror stories of people going to conventions and getting sick, like when they get back. But that didn't happen to me. Probably because they're tech nerds instead of comic book nerds, so they actually like clean themselves. Con rot, yeah. I'd like to go to CES one day. The thing is about CES is you need to be somehow part of an industry, like a tech industry. So you need to be like an employee of a business or something. I don't know how exactly it worked, but my dad he owned a business, like a tech consultant business, and he was able to get tickets that way. But now I own Steel Cable Gang, which is my business. It's a real business. It's registered with the fucking government and the IRS, and I'll be writing... I actually used it for tax write-offs last year. But I can get CES tickets through that because I'll be like, oh, I'm a game development company or whatever. And I'm looking all at all the game tech, the new controllers. You have a CS degree, so it shouldn't be too difficult. Yep. You just find someone who will, like, bring you along, basically. It's a really cool. I wouldn't... the thing about going 2 years in a row, though, is that you basically see... The second year, you basically have seen everything. Because there's not much new that can happen in a year in terms of tech. So for CES specifically, I'm going to wait like another 2 or 3 years to go again. Tech does not move as fast as people say it does. I don't know what conventions are in Chicago though. I would like to go. That's like one of the closer big cities to me. There's like a big comic convention there, right? Where I could just hang out and meet people. I wouldn't want to go to a con on my own though. I'd have to drag at least one people. C2E2, that's the one. But when? It's in June 16. That's... Wait, no. C2E2. When is this? Oh, it's already happened in fucking March. Lame, I wanted to go. I wanted to go this summer. Never been to one, but really should go. It's cool. It's an experience. I haven't been to like a comic convention that wasn't. There's like this one, like a 1 day one that they do at the university near me, and that's like that's in terms of like nerd entertainment. That's like the only convention I've been to, and it's attendance of maybe like 200 people, and it's free. Which is cool and all, but I would like to go to a real big one with like actual panels with creators and stuff. I think that would be way more fun. They could make the Switch 1 into the gamepad for the Switch 2. Wait, what? Am I gonna have time to review the Ruby and Sapphire episode in June? Huh? No, that's not at all where I am in the series. Next episode for Patreon is Monster Buddies. What do I use for streaming? I use OBS Studio. That's like the go-to. Anything else costs money. Yeah, we are still in season 1. I just started this year, so, or like on Christmas last year. Yeah, it'll be a while before we get to a lot of people's favorite episodes. But we're getting close. This summer, we're getting to a couple of my favorite episodes, which are Ocean Gem and Mirror Gem. opposite order, Mirror Gem and Ocean Gem. We're almost out of 1A hell, though. I do like 1A. Season 1A is overall a good bit of television. There's a couple like lame, like not so interesting episodes, but yeah, we're really getting to the meat and potatoes. Actually, starting Monster Buddies is when it kind of kicks off, really, because that's when you suddenly realize like stuff comes back. And then in an Indirect Kiss, you start, it's a, what do you call it? Like Steven gets another power and you get more Rose Quartz lore and like gem lore and all that kind of stuff. It gets less Monster of the Weeky from there. Yeah. I liked the Monster of the Week, though. I think there's not enough Monster of the Week type shows in current year. I loved... I need we need a modern day, not like the current modern day Ben 10, but like a modern day equivalent to the original Ben 10. That was a Monster of the Week. And it was just cool. We need an episode with a cool factor that's really high. All of them got left behind in the 2010s, yeah. Makes me sad. I'm gonna look up some I'm gonna change the frame though, so it doesn't look like I'm just talking over a still image, even though I am talking over a still image. Look at it, sad, Steven. Actually, Glitch Text was kind of a Monster of the Week, wasn't it? They, again, never came back. After 2 seasons, it never got renewed, which was unfortunate. Glitch Text does kind of feel like OG Ben 10. Not with like the cool transformation and not with like the cool main character that you could like insert yourself on. I was a kid. I was a little fucking 10-year-old boy when that show came out, so of course I would put my own self on Ben and imagine that I had an Omnitrix. I'd put on a watch and imagine myself fucking transforming into Wild Mutt or whatever. Yeah, Glitch Text does feel very Ben 10-ish. I wish they brought that one back. If there was any shows that got rebooted, I think that one would be on like very, very high on my list of wish lists. A lot of people dislike the episodic stuff. I think it improves the quality of the show. Never seen a show that balances lore and story with goofy fun so well. I think, yeah, I really agree with that, because there's always like this not overarching, but there's like kind of these like things happening behind the scenes that you're always wondering about, but it's just like a Monster of the Week show, but it has like this kind of, everything's kind of tied together eventually. Glitch Text and Infinity Train. Yeah, Infinity Train is like... Actually, yeah, I'd put Infinity Train first and then Glitch Text. Because Infinity Train could theoretically go on... You just do a new character. You do an arc for a different character each season. Could make a Monster of the Week work with a story and improve on it. I wish I was better. I should say I wish, because I could just practice, but better at drawing, and I could learn some animation and then just make my own Monster of the Week type show. That was my plan. I had a show planned out called Biotype Alpha. That was a sci-fi like adventure cartoon, and it kind of would have ended up being a Monster of the Week had I continued it. But I do want to finish. I keep saying I want to start more projects. I have my game Pilot Light. I need to finish that before I start any more projects, because I need, sell a game, make some money. The money goes toward more projects. I could hire people to help me too. The plan for Infinity Train was 8 books? Book 5 was a movie. Interesting. You got your webcomic you need to start. Well, you don't say you need to start it. Just start it. That's what I did. I started making my game, or my show my show Biotype Alpha, and I was just like, well, I'm just going to write a screenplay for the pilot, and I did. I just sat down and I did it, and then I wrote a second draft, and I did it. And I never pitched it. So I did start it. I just haven't continued it yet. There is no try, there is only do. What is that from? Also, consider only success. Make defeat an impossibility in your mind. There is no try. Hold on. It is Yoda. Okay. Do or do not. There it is. Wait. There is no try. Yeah, that's true. That's not Yoda voice at all. Do or do not. I don't know. I haven't seen that movie in forever. Like any Star Wars movies, really. Yoder. Yeah, that's a quote of all things. It's from Overwatch. One of my favorite characters in Overwatch, Zenyatta, who has some like wisdom, but that's my favorite wisdom is consider only victory. Make defeat an impossibility in your mind. You go into a project saying this is going to be a success. Everyone's going to love this. And then you're never like deterred by anything. You always go into something saying like this is my best work and people are going to love it. That's got to be your mindset. Practice makes progress, not perfection. That's a good one. I might write that one down. You can't go in with a defeatist mindset. Exactly. That's why you consider only success. If you go in like nervous, like, oh, I don't have, it's confidence. Confidence is key for everything. It's for anything you do in life. You need confidence to back it up. And Steven here agrees. Look at his eyes. Look at what I'm saying and look into his eyes and say that you need confidence and you need a positive outlook and mindset on everything that you do in life. Sever yourself from the toxic people that bother you, that make you feel bad in your gut feeling. They are no good. Surround yourself with good. That's like the same fucking like the same shit that all those like self-help gurus always say is like surround yourself with similar thinkers, but then you're surrounding yourself with yes men if you go too far with that. No, don't. You gotta need your I like to think of in Judaism, the devil, Satan, was God kept Satan around as like a contrarian. So you'd always have someone telling you like this is why it couldn't work. You need at least a couple people like that to like talk you down from your bad ideas. You can't surround yourself with people who are only going to give you good ideas or only going to say your ideas are good. And like set you up for failure. Yeah. We all need a little Satan in our lives, but like Jewish Satan, you know? Also, the music stopped. What has happened? Did we go through every Stardew Valley song? Alright, I guess it's on to Terraria. But I'm also not going to be, I'm not going to be streaming too much longer because it has been 3 hours, and I am getting into the point where I'm talking about self-help and, what do you call it? Self-help and, like, doing creative projects and stuff. You always have those, like, moments of doubt, but, like, you gotta ignore those. It's like people, someone somewhere, if you make something, someone somewhere is gonna like it. Oh no, I mentioned religion. Oh no, time to get fucking killed on the internet for talking about, Judaism. I talked about Judaism a positive light. The ADL is not gonna get me this time. This time. How does Garnet clap? Is it just like clink clink? You know, like two rocks smacking together? What is she also looking at? She's not looking out the window. I'll say that much. She's looking at the fucking wall here. Just bad framing, I think. Bad... I think she's doing it, like, really carefully. She's not even, like, touching her hands together. Look at it. It's different than Pearl, who's, like, very clearly her hands come in contact. Garnet's, like, being real careful here. Also, you can clap with just your fingers, right? Let's see. Yeah, that's no palm contact. That's just finger. Finger contact. I hit my microphone there. A lot of things about Garnet could be described as two rocks smacking together. True. I have a confession. I never beat Terraria. I think I confessed that last stream. I never beat that game. Because it's really a game that you have to, like, look up a wiki of what to do. I know there's, like, a guide and everything, but to get specific items, you have to, like, look it up. Which kind of sucks. Afroless Garnet scares me. Yeah, she's got, like, wet hair in this one. It's like she just got out of the shower and her hair's all down. I'm starting to get to that point. Well, first of all, it's 10 o'clock for me. It's at that point where I feel like the stream has been going for quite a long time. I will need to end off soon because I am hungry and I would like to eat a snack, perhaps, before I go to sleep. It's 5 a.m. I don't even know what this time zone that is. Alright, I think that's all I'll do for today. I appreciate everyone who came. I appreciate everyone who watches all my funny little stupid videos and my stupid streams where I ramble into a microphone for 3 hours. it's fun. I enjoy it. I enjoy all of it. Also, this music, I gotta stop it because it's, jeez, too intense. That's too intense for me. But yeah, I'll be doing more streams again. If I do like germology streams, I'll do it on Twitch. And then the gemology ones, maybe both Twitch and YouTube. But good night, everyone. I'll do another for Steven and the Stevens Gemology on YouTube. Comes out on Wednesday, of course. And then I'll do a stream of that this weekend. And I'll be done with my school year working at the school. But yeah. Thanks, everyone, for coming. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.